Hi, Phil from Tech for Techs here. Today we're looking at this Marvo Scorpion M422, which is a 6400 DPI gaming mouse. It has a retail value of £32.99, so for 33 quid this is what you get. Some of the key features on this is that it's got a low profile design with reduced palm support, enhanced control for all grip types, switch easily between multiple lighting schemes with just one button press, and an advanced customization software. It's got an optical sensor on there. You can change the DPI between 800 all the way up to 6400 DPI. It's got 7 programmable buttons, which means that it's going to have software. One of the things Marvo stuff tends to have an issue with, or we get a lot of questions on YouTube and email and stuff saying we bought a Marvo product and we can't install the software. What you have to do is when you've unzipped the software, you have to copy the contents into another folder what's got a small name, and not in the folder what you just unzipped, but somewhere else on your machine. So on your desktop, create folder, call it Marvo, copy the contents, what you've unzipped, not the folders, just the contents, and then it will install, or it should install. Okay, we've seen this quite a few times. It's got a switch rating of 3 million clicks, so that means you can tap those buttons 3 million times and it shouldn't break. It's got your LED lighting, which is RGB apparently, so that should be good. And you've also got a USB cable in there, which is USB 2, and it's roughly 1.7 meters long. So let's have a quick look at the box. So you can see the mouse through there. It's got sort of a dotted effect on there. Hard to say what it's going to look like when it's switched on. It's sort of like a patch effect is probably the best way of putting it. It says on there about the programmable buttons, 7 buttons, 6-step DPI on there. On the back of the box it mentions about the RGB backlight with multiple effects, so as you can see there. So I might be wrong, but I'm guessing this is one of these mice where it has preset effects, so you can't make it just red, blue, green or whatever. It has to basically go through sort of like an effect pattern, which, don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with that. It may have options on there just to have red and blue only, but we'll see this quite often. So the DPI and backlight switches on there. You've got the 6400 DPI gaming grade optical sensor. Okay, so inside the box you've got your mouse and you've got the manual. The manual does tell you how to install the software, but just remember what I said about the folder name. We've seen that a few times, well, more than a few times. The mouse itself, as you can see, it has got that lighting effect there. So you can see it light up. So if you press the light button on there, it will cycle through the different options what you can have. As you can see, it sort of fades, it's more of a rainbow effect than I would say RGB in all honesty, but obviously that's up to you what style you have it on, or there's even an off option on there as well. You've got a DPI button on there as well, so you can change your DPI all the way up to the 6400 DPI. You've got your wheel, seems to be rubberized, it's got the RGB going through the wheel as well. You've also got obviously the gaps where the LED lights shine through, and the logo is the same as well. On the left hand side you've got 2 buttons there. On the right hand side there is nothing, there doesn't seem to be any grips. It is a bit further down, but it's still quite a big mouse, so it's a bit flatter than some, but yeah, I prefer something a little bit higher profile, but everyone's different, so it's ideal size as well for myself, so that's not too bad. So again, you have got all the buttons on there, so you've got your left, right, the mid button there, then you've got your side buttons, and then DPI and brightness, which you can generally in the software change all the buttons and get them to do whatever you want. The weight of this mouse works out at, here we go, roughly 108 grams, so that's not too bad. So it's not too heavy, not too light, it's sort of that average area what most gamers like. Again, some like it low, some like it high, but everyone's different. Okay, so basics is we've installed the mouse, or should I say plugged it into the computer, and we've had issues installing the software. Basically, whatever you decide to do, the software can't recognise that the mouse is actually plugged into the machine. That's if you can even get the software to install to begin with, because if you go onto their website, which is here, and you click where it says download new, this is what you get. Sorry, page not found, which is a bit of a pain. But if you actually go back and you see where it says Windows 7, 8, 10, that should be selected that. But if you click where it says 1.1.1, it will give you an option for 1.1.2. I'm not sure why that's not defaulted, because that's the newer version. As soon as you click download, it will then actually download onto the machine and comes in a zip file, which will let you extract it and then run. And it says this Windows is protecting it. You have to press on more info and run anyway. And once you go through the process of it installing, which takes a few seconds, there we go. You can see I've already got it on the machine. I'm just going to go onto the repair option just in case and press finish. So the program's on. I'll move the shortcut there so you can see it. So as soon as I double click the shortcut, it says please plug the mouse in, which I've already got it plugged in. I'll unplug it. You can hear me unplugging it. I'm using a different mouse now. If I open the program first, then plug it in, it still comes up with the same message. I've even tried doing removing my main mouse from the machine, and it still does exactly the same thing. So unfortunately, I'm not able to test the software in there. So I can't really rate the software. The mouse itself is not bad for the price. Would be nice if you could actually use the software though. So unfortunately, I can't recommend this because it's not giving you the full package of what it's supposed to be. If anyone else is having the same issue, or they're able to get it to install or pick up, please let me know in the description below.